Hello, my stamping friends, and welcome. Today is Tuesday, March 18th, 2025, and I hope that you are doing fine. So, as you jump on, let me know where you are from. I am Terry Hartley from Rustic Barn Cards, Stampin' Up! Independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator coming to you from Southeast Iowa. And I am so glad you're joining me live or joining me on the replay. Let me do just a couple of clicks here so I can see everyone. Hi, Christina. Hi, Sheila. Welcome, welcome. And hi, Lola. All right. Well, it is a beautiful day here in Iowa today, but don't worry, it may change tomorrow, right? For those of you that are here from Iowa. But I hope your weather, wherever you're at, is good. All right. Well, today is my monthly card class. So we are going to make 4 cards. Usually my monthly card class is only 3 cards, but this month, as some of you know, is my Stampin' Up! Anniversary. So we're going to make 4 cards today. And we're using the sketched butterflies for our featured stamp set and the dies that go with it. You can use whatever you have. So I have 2 options to get this class, and I know some of you have already purchased the class. So this is the video that goes with the class, although you also have written tutorials. So you can get the class before I do my monthly live, um, and then you'll have all the pieces that you can craft along with me, or you can watch it and come back later. And if you purchase the class before I go do my monthly card class, then you get some product with that. But if you missed out on that, then we have another option, and that means you can place an order, at least a $40 order with me now through Sunday, and you will get the make and take kit to make 4 cards. You won't get all the extra product, but you get all the bits and the pieces and that you need to make one each of these 4 cards. And then if you stay with me to the end during barn chat, I will show you my 3 cards for my April monthly card class and show you what stamp set we're going to use for that. But let's go ahead and turn the camera down and let's go ahead and get started doing some stamping. And we'll turn a little light on. This is my host code for those of you that are going to place an order with me this week and you want to get this card class free with your order, with your 40, at least a $40 order, then you do need to use that host code or you need to reach out to me. All right. Well, as I said, we are using the sketched butterflies, and then it does come with some beautiful dies that cut out the images and plus some extra dies that we're also going to use today. So I'll put that aside. And then let me show you all 4 cards and then we'll start making them. How's that sound? So this is the first card. You brighten up so many of my days. So these cards are black and white with a little pop of color. This is the second card, Thinking of You. And then here is the third card, Hope is a Beautiful Thing that flutters in the soul. And we have some butterflies stamped inside. And then our fourth card is a bookbinding fun fold, wishing you a beautiful birthday. And who doesn't need more birthday cards? I'm always needing birthday cards. All right, so we are going to start with this one. I didn't add any embellishments to these cards, but I will be adding embellishments. And if your order is $60 or more, I will send a package of embellishments to you that we're going to use. And I will show you what those are. Okay, so here is card 1. So everything is in our envelope that we need. Now, if you're getting this card class, you're going to place an order and get this card class free. You will have a piece of designer series paper, which I just realized that I don't have. So I guess we'll be doing some cutting. Here I thought I was all ready to go. And I think I do have the one, but I just grabbed the wrong one, I guess. So let's grab that paper that we're going to use with this, which is the black and white paper. And let's see how easy I can find it, right? Oh, we don't have too much DSP maybe. Well, that is interesting because our paper has disappeared. That is not good. All right, let me check here. You think you're ready and you're not. All right, I'm going to look in my extra ones that I cut because usually I go ahead and cut an extra one for me, knowing that I'm going to do this live. All right, well, okay, give me one more minute and then we'll go to plan B. Guess what? I found it right where it was supposed to be, but it was tucked back so far I couldn't find it. So I just started pulling out all of my DSP. And this is an online exclusive, Botanical Textures. Okay, it's Botanical Textures. And so we are going to pull out this piece right here because that's the piece that we're going to use. And move back out of the way. And then we are going to cut the DSP 1 1/4 by 5 1/4. So we're going to cut the 1 1/4 first. And then we're going to turn it and do 5 1/4. Okay. I will keep the designer series paper close now because we know we're going to need it, right? And so it looks like I didn't cut any extra designer series paper. Okay, we're just going to go ahead and place this right here just to make sure we have a piece of basic white that is embossed with a forever plaid. And this is 2 3/4 by 5 1/4. And it will line up right here beside that. Okay, so we'll bring in our adhesive. And then we'll go ahead and add. Now you can use any kind of adhesive that you want. I just am partial to our green glue, as I like to call it. And we'll leave a little border. Hi, Patricia. This paper is pretty. I like this paper too. Are you on spring break, Patricia? Do you get spring break in Alaska? I hope so. I know there's some area schools around here that are in spring break this week, and I think there's some that's going to be next week. Hi, Veronica. Yes, you are. Well, that is great. That's wonderful. You all need a little break once in a while. Okay, so we have, and I always put like an S for scrap or to stamp on. So we are going to bring in our butterfly, and I'm just going to bring the black ink to the butterfly, or you can do it this way. And then I'm just going to stamp it right here. And while I have my black ink out, I'm going to go ahead and stamp our sentiment. And I've chosen "You Brighten Up So Many of My Days." Don't we have people in our lives, don't we, that brighten up our days, and sometimes we just forget to tell them that. All of you brighten up my day on Tuesdays. So thank you. Okay, I don't know. I felt like that wasn't inked up well. I guess it was. Well, I hope it'll be straighter than that when I stamp it here. Yes, that'll be good enough. You do need a couple blends. I just used 2 blends for this card class. That's Lemon Lolly and Melon Mambo. So lay that aside there. So I'm going to bring in Melon Mambo. And the dark, I'm using that, I don't know, bullet in, I guess. And then I am just going to go over some of those lines that Stampin' Up! Has already given us to kind of darken that with the dark Melon Mambo. And then I will come back with the light Melon Mambo. And I'm going to try the other end, but I think, I don't know if yeah, I think that'll work. On large images, I'll use this end here that I'm using, but if it's small, I'll use the bullet end. But I think this is large enough that I can do this. I'm going to leave some space. I'm not going to color in all of the butterfly with the Melon Mambo because I want to use Lemon Lolly on the butterfly too. Might be easier to use a Lemon Lolly first, and you know what's left is for the Melon Mambo, but because you could use any colors that you wanted. You could use markers. Turn that around again. And there we go. Okay. Now I'm going to come back with um, dark Lemon Lolly. I'm not going to use a lot of it, but I'm just going to, again, kind of go on those lines that are already there that Stampin' Up! Gave us. And then I am going to go ahead and do the body of our butterfly. And then we're going to come back with the light. And then if you want those wings a little bit darker, you can go over that again. Of course, you could always use the dark instead of the light for the wings there. All right, so I am going to bring in our cut and emboss machine. I'm going to grab that die that I need. You have a lot of studying to do. Okay, but you're not in class. Yes. So gives you a little bit. Yeah, for teachers, there's always work to do. That is for sure. Okay, I like to use these little strips, and I use them more than one time, so they are fairly cost effective. And I have a fairly new plate free that I'm using for the top. I'll run this through. Mhm. And then here is our butterfly. Now on this card, I left butterfly flat, but we're going to do something just a little bit different on this one, and then you can see which one that you like. So we're going to go ahead and add some dimensionals to our butterfly and to our sentiment strip. And well, we can get by with two, but we'll put three in there. And then on the butterfly, I'm just going to put one right in the middle of the body. Okay, so we're going to take off the backings and we're going to add our sentiment strip first because I'm going to place the butterfly kind of on the corner of the sentiment. So we'll put this about right here. Put it over as far as I can and try to get it straight. Try to use those lines of the Forever Plaid. Okay, and then for this, I'm just going to come in here and use my bone folder and kind of curl up the wings. I'm holding the body there and just kind of curling up the wings. Then take off the backing. And then we're going to place that right here. All right. And then I'm going to be bringing in the neutral matte dots, which are also an online exclusive. And you have white, black, kind of a vanilla, and then kind of a tan or brown. I'm sure they all have names to them, but that's what we're going to call them today. All right. Well, let's see. I think we will just go with the black. Excuse me. I have a little bit of a cold. I have some water with me, so I should do more crafting and less talking probably. All right. And then we'll just put one right down here. So here is our first card. What do you think? You brighten up so many of my days. All right, we'll set that aside and we will go ahead and bring in card two. I'm going to move this out of the way. Let me get a drink of water. Hello, Judy. Oh, good. I'm glad you like the black and white. Well, Judy, you're just fine. You missed out on me that you missed out when I couldn't find my designer series paper, which took me forever to find, which was rather embarrassing, but I guess I'll just have to be more prepared next time, right? So this is our second card that we're going to make. So let me get all the pieces. Let me add the new stamp set that we need. For this card, we're going to need a blending brush. And we're going to be using Melon Mambo ink. Okay, so we have some basic white, which is 2 3/4 by 5. We have our basic black, which is 2 7/8 by 5 1/8. And then we have basic white, which is 4 by 5 1/4 for our inside layer. And then, of course, we have our card base, which is cut at 4 1/4 by 11, and we scored at 5 1/2. Lay that aside, and we are going to work on um, adding some color on our basic white, which is 2 3/4 by 5. And I'm going to do that with a blending brush and our Melon Mambo. Of course, every card is not going to come out exactly alike because, I mean, you're going to be, when you add your ink, it's going to be a little bit different. So I'm just going to pick up some, and then I'm just going to, I like to tap it off here so I don't have a big glop on here. And then I'm just going to kind of move it on here. And I'll pick up some more. Now I am going to go up here just a little bit, but kind of lightly, because I want most of it to be kind of right in the middle, and then get a little lighter as it goes. This is our pop of color, or our butterfly was our pop of color on the other card. I think that's fine. And we're going to stop over our head. I don't want it too dark. So I'm going to go ahead and layer these together. You just have a little bit of an edge of that basic black showing. And then the next thing I'm going to do is that we are going to die cut which you already have you will have these already die cut for you. Let me look. Grab the wrong package. Yep, right here. Here, you'll have this in your make and take. It was in the envelope I had moved aside. But if you want more, this is the die that cuts that out. So the die cutting will be done for you. There we go. All right. So what I'm going to do, because lay those aside. So this is for our sentiment. So this is going to go on the front. So this is the front. And then this is going to go on the front, and this is going to go on the front. So I'm going to bring in my silicone craft sheet. I'm going to add some adhesive, and then I'm going to let it sit and stew for a while, or sit and cook. And this tip came from another demonstrator, Christine Burcham, which she learned from another demonstrator, but I can't remember that demonstrator's name that she gave credit to. So I'll give credit to Christine because that's who I heard it from. But we're just going to add some adhesive, kind of where we see some solid piece of cardstock that we can add. But the tip is that after we do this, we're going to let it sit a while, and then it gets kind of tacky, and it makes it a little bit easier for it to stick on our cardstock. All right, I think I need to add just a little bit more up here. Okay, and then we're going to do the same here. We're just going to add little dots of glue. Okay. And then we're going to do that to the smaller piece. And if I miss any, if I don't get a solid, if I don't get the glue on the adhesive on the solid, it'll land on my silicone craft sheet and won't get on my crafting space. All right, and then this we will just be able to add that later. Okay, so we're going to set this aside. Hello, Brandy. We're going to set that aside and we're going to go ahead and stamp our sentiment. And our sentiment is thinking of you. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to do this in our Memento Black. So we'll ink this up and straight down and straight up. Whoops. And then we're going to go ahead, because we're letting our adhesive stew for a while, letting it cook a little bit. We're going to go ahead and add our inside basic white layer. We'll add that right in here. And Brandy, I hope you had a wonderful birthday on Saturday. Then we're going to bring our little butterfly and we're going to place it right here. This is a solid. You can die cut this out. It's solid, so we can just add our adhesive right like that, and we can just hold it down a little bit, just like that. Okay, we're going to lay that aside. Then we're going to bring in, and we hope that our cooking is done, and we're going to bring our little butterflies back. All right, so we are going to go ahead and I'm going to be adding, here's my thoughts. So I'm going to be adding this ribbon around around this piece here. So I'm just trying to think if I want to add the ribbon now, and then I can place, then I know where I have room to place the butterflies, or whether to add the butterflies now and then add the ribbon. But you know what? I think I'm going to add the ribbon first. Then I know exactly what I have to work with. Okay, so, and I am using this, I believe it's an 1/8 of this white ribbon, and it is an online exclusive. I really like it. Actually, I like all the ribbon we have. So I'm just going to go ahead and wrap this around, and then we're going to tie a bow. Do it off to the side. We have such beautiful ribbon. Bring my snips in. And if you want a little bit smaller, you just hang on to the middle piece and then pull on the, there you go. And then we can, well, we can move it over to the left a little bit, but we can also cut these down, and we'll see if we want to cut those down, make them a little bit smaller. Okay, so now I'm going to pick up, and I think I want this down a little bit below half. So I can just slide that down about right there. I think that looks good. Okay, and then that will give us enough room to add our butterflies. Right there. This little one, I think I'm going to add a dimensional because I think I want at least one kind of popped up. So I'm going to bring in our mini dimensionals, and let's just go ahead and put that right in the middle. And so I have one just a little bit, but one popped up. I like that. All right, and then this we're going to put down here. And then we're going to add some dimensionals for our sentiment. Add two. Before I add that, I think I'm going to go ahead and bring our card base back in. And then we're going to add, we need to cut our designer series paper so we can put the card together. And our designer series paper we're going to cut is 4 by 5 1/4. Just love, love this paper. But this is this, so this is one side, and then this is the other side. And this is the side that we're going to use. So again, we're going to cut it 4 by 5 1/4. I'm going to cut it 5 1/4, 5, and I'm going to do it this way, 5, and so I don't cut so much off. Leave a bigger piece there, and then we'll cut this by 4, just like that. But if you place an order with me, you'll have the DSP and it will be cut. All right. And of course, those of you that ordered ahead of time, then you received a pack. You received a half a pack of designer series paper, so you cut your own, just like we're doing today. But if you place an order with me now through Sunday, you'll get like the piece that you need for each card, if that makes sense. All right, let's line this up. And then we're going to bring back our focal point layer, and we're going to go ahead and we're going to pop this up with dimensionals. And I am going to put one on each side. So, All right, so we'll take the backings off. I love my dimensionals. And then we'll place this right here. I'm trying to eye it to get the same amount of designer series paper on the left as I have on the right. And then we're going to bring in our sentiment that we already stamped. And we're going to place that right here, thinking of you. I feel like I think I got that on crooked. There we go. All right, now, what color do we want? Do we want white, black? What do you think? You're telling me whether you want white or black or maybe cream. I'm going to cut these just a little bit, give those a little bit of a snip. What color should I put down for the gems? We have white, we have black, we have cream, and we have brown. Well, thank you, Patricia. I'm glad you like all the cards. So, Christina, you say black, okay? That's good. I think black would look good with that because I think white, with the white already on there. So let's use the larger ones. We used the smaller ones on our last card. Um, Sometimes I just don't know where to put these gems, but they always look great wherever you put them, right? All right, so here is our second card, Thinking of You, and you have a little butterfly inside. Good, Sheila, you said black too, so great. So, all right. And Patricia, you went with black. All right, so perfect. Okay, so let's go on to card number 3. And this is card 3 of our sample. Get our blending brush out of the way because we don't need that. But we do need some extra stamps. This is using a couple different stamps than we've used before. So we'll get all of our pieces. This time I'm going to look in the envelope, make sure that I have everything before I set it aside where I can't reach it. Grab my dimensionals or my measurements for this card. All right, so for this card, you'll have a piece of designer series paper. Those of you that place an order with me, that you'll have a label. You have a piece of basic white and black that will layer on top of each other. And then you'll have a layer with the embossed the Forever plaid and an inside basic white layer. And then you'll have your basic black card base that is cut at 5.5 by 8.5, and it's scored at 4.25. So we're just going to go ahead and fold that right in half on that score line. And we're going to set that aside. We're going to do some stamping on this. We're going to do some stamping on this. And then you should also have a piece of scrap basic white that you're going to stamp your I already have it out. You're going to stamp your butterfly on. Oh, excuse me. I have a scrap here, but I think it will work. Yeah, perfect. Okay, let's go ahead and do some stamping. Go ahead and stamp a little butterfly. And we'll stamp that right there. Go ahead and clean that. While I have the black out, we're going to bring in our sentiment strip, and we are going to add Hope is a Beautiful Thing. But I can read this. Hope. So we'll just grab our stamp and we'll put that on a block. And I like using my grid paper to line up. So again, this is black, and then you have your pop of color. There we go. Hope is a beautiful thing that flutters in the soul. Thank goodness for hope, right? Okay, now I'm going to lay this aside, and we're going to bring in, actually, I wanted to explain this. This stamp comes with 4 butterflies, but I cut one off. So if you look in the stamp set, um, this one here was attached right here. But I decided just to cut it off. I use this just by itself sometimes, and then I use just the 3. And I very rarely do that, but I did. So, all right, let's go ahead and I'm looking to see how I want my stamps to be. So we'll just go ahead and let's go ahead and stamp it about right here, just like that. And then I am going to go ahead and stamp down here. And I am going to grab that one stamp by itself because I feel like we need something right here. What do you think? So let's just do that. So we'll put that right there. And then we are going to stamp inside. I'm just going to stamp the 3 inside. So it might help if I turned it the right way. And then we're going to put this at the bottom right-hand side of our inside layer. All right, I think we have all the stamping done. And this doesn't take very long to do the coloring. And again, I'm using throughout the Melon Mambo and the Lemon Lolly. Now you could use Daffodil Delight. Well, you could use any color, really. You can make your butterflies because there are a lot of different colors of butterflies. I'm going to leave this here for kind of a, thanks, Christina. So I'm going to kind of make this a little bit different than I did the others. Little circles there. And while I have my lemon lolly out, inside, I think inside I colored one just with lemon lolly. And then I did 2-tone here and then melon mambo. All right, so don't know that it has to be exactly like my sample card. Now I'm using light. You might want to use the dark. Just depends how much color that you want. I'm going to come back with the light melon mambo. And I'm just going to color this. I checked just to make sure it was the light, and it is. And then here, I'm just going to add a little melon mambo on that. And then here, we'll just add You can put the yellow on that, I think. And we can just add some tips of color just to give a pop of color. Like that. I'm going to come back with a dark lemon lolly and add a little color right there. And then we're going to bring in, we haven't forgot about this butterfly. I'm going to color the, and we'll come back with the light. Oh, I think I want to move that before I get that on my card, right? I am going to color this. There we go. All right, now let's just go ahead and add the Melon Mambo. The multicolor butterfly. All right. All right, so all of our stamping is done. We're going to die cut a little butterfly out. And I think it's the last die cutting that we need to do. So grab the cut and emboss machine. And we'll place that. Line that up. And just run it through. This is already done. Go. All right, let's go ahead and cut our DSP. So for this card, we are going to use, this is the front of it, and we're going to use this right here. And I think that will work. So our DSP for this card here is 3¼ by 4. So let's see. So it is already 3¼ So we just have to turn it and place it on 4, and we're done. All right. So bring in our card pieces. We're going to go ahead and take our basic black layer that we have embossed already with the Forever Plaid, and we're going to go ahead and add that to our card base. I really like this Forever Plaid because I like checked and plaids. Boy, black on black is hard to see. Oh, let's see. Get in the light. There we go. I want to make sure that I have it lined up correctly. And then we are going to take our designer series paper. Just, I don't know what's going on here with my phone. Ribbon, I'm trying to say. Okay, I think that's good. My phone was on silent, but I don't know. It's kind of, Okay, this has been a funny day. We are going to place our designer series paper about right here. And we're going to place it right here. I am placing it a little bit below. I mean, like you have more space up here than you do down here. If you want to, you could, when you make your own card, you can make it kind of even. That's perfectly fine because it's your card, right? All right, so now we're going to take the basic black and we're going to place our basic white layer on top of that, which gives it just a little bit of a basic black showing behind. And we'll add our adhesive. Now I have my April cards designed and I'm going to show those to you at the end. If you would like to get the option one, which is to order ahead, you can order for the April monthly card class. You can order that now through March 31st, and then it does come with some product. And then the other option is it's like today when I'm doing my monthly video for March, then the way you can get the card kit, one of each of the cards, free with an order, and then you just get the pieces like you would just get this one piece of designer series paper for this card, but you get the embossed. You get all these pieces to make one of each card. I guess I'm trying to say. All right, let's turn this over and we're gonna lay this we're gonna place this kind of about right over here on the left a little bit. About like that. Let's go ahead and pop up our butterfly. We only have one more card left to make. And it's a quick and easy fun fold. And we're just going to place that right here. And then let's go ahead and add our inside layer. Then we'll finish the front. This is 5 1/4 by 4, the inside layer. And then for this piece here, we're going to lay it here. But since this is already popped up, then I'm going to put adhesive on this side. And then I'm just going to put a dimensional here so that will make it even. So I'll put a dimensional there, and then we'll add adhesive right here. And then we will place it right there. Okay, put that down. And then I'm going to bring in the ribbon, and we're going to make a little bow. We're going to make a small bow, and we're going to put it right above the sentiment. It's kind of hard to make a small bow, but after you make a bow, then you can make it smaller. See, just like that. And then we will place that right up here. And then I'll show you the trick to make sure that we can see our sentiment. So I'm going to take our glue dot, I'm going to take our bow to that. I'm going to pick that up. And if you want to make sure it's secure, you can always add 2. And so we're going to place that right here. But as you can see, this is in the way of reading. So what I'm going to do is bring in my Take Your Pick tool. And I'm going to pick up a glue dot with my Take Your Pick tool. And then I am going to place that under So it'll lay right there. And then if you want to do the same over here to lay it so it's kind of the same, you can add another glue dot if you want to. But now you have a bow, but yet it's not covering up your sentiment. All right. Well, what do you think? Do you think we could put some white up here, or do you think we should still go with the black, or what do you think for our sentiments? I should really ask you ahead of time because it does take a little bit of time, doesn't it? While you're telling me that, I'm going to get my materials out for card 4. Materials out, get everything we need for that. Look in the envelope, make sure I didn't leave anything in there. Get my measurements out. So Sheila, are you saying white and black? Or the white in the black? Ah, yes, yes. I think, gotcha. I think so. Let's put the white like here, somewhere in where the black's at. We're going to go with that. I like that idea too. Okay. And we could even, you know what? Let's just put it up there. Put all 3 of them up there. All right. So here is card 3. Hope is a beautiful thing that flutters in the soul. And then you have your butterflies inside too. Okay. Hope you like this card. I'm going to lay that aside. And now we are ready for card 4. Hello, Joanne. I'm glad you like the cards. Thank you and welcome. Welcome. So here is our 4th card. It is Bookbinding Fun Fold, wishing you a beautiful birthday. So we're going to do some more of that stamping inside. But I already have this colored and die cut. So because I die cut the first one, so I thought you didn't need to see me do the second one. But let's go ahead. The first thing we want to do is to cut that designer series paper. So let me bring our trimmer in. And let's see if we can find the paper. It looks like this is the paper. I don't know if it's the right size. So it's that color. Let's see. Looking for another full sheet. I think it's right here at the back. Nope. It probably worked. There we go. Okay. Let's see what we can find here. Maybe that's the last piece in this pack of that. Or is it? No, here we go. This is a full pull. All right. So it's the back of this. So it's the back of this one here. Okay, we'll just start with a new one because then and I can use those for another card. All right. All right. So now let's see. For designer series paper, we're going to do 4 and an 8 by 3 and 7/8. I want to make sure which one this. So this is 4. Okay, 4. Okay, so we're going to do 4. Four and an 8. 4 1/8. Go. And then 3 7/8. Okay, so we're going to turn this and we're going to go past the 3/4, but not quite to a 3 7/8. We're going to go past the 3 3/4 and not quite to the 4. Okay. Then we need 3/4 by 4 for that side piece. So I'm going to go 3/4 by 4. What I think I'm going to do an inch. I don't have my typed tutorials with me. I just have my chicken scratches. All right. So I will double check that, make sure that I did give everybody the correct directions. This should be an inch instead of 3/4. So I will check. But I'll be sending out tutorials for those of you that bought these ahead of time because I want to put the link because I will go through and put card 1, card 2, and card 3 for you. All right, let's go ahead and bring in all of our pieces here. We have our sentiment. We have basic white square, basic white black to layer, to stamp on. And then we have 2 pieces of basic white that are exactly the same size that we're going to use. Okay. All right. So let's go ahead and do our card base. So our card base is 4 1/4 by 11. And then you score it on the left side by 4 1/2, and then you score it 5 1/2, and then you have this little, you fold it in half, and then you fold it again on, and then what you're going to do is put adhesive right there in the middle between those 2 score lines. So let's go ahead and do that first. Get our card base. Like, I think I've got a little bit of, there we go. Just add glue just like that. And then you're just going to go ahead and you're going to close it in half, your card, and press that down. And we'll come back to that, lay that aside where that gets good and adheres together. And then we're using the same butterfly that we used on the first card and stamp that. But I went ahead and I've already used them and colored it and die cut it. So we have, so that is done. And then let's go ahead and stamp our sentiment. We're making this a birthday card. So wishing you a happy birthday. And we're going to stamp that in our black ink. And this label comes from the Stylish Shapes and as well as our squares. So I'm going to get this just right. There we go. It does fit on there just barely. And then we are going to stamp, and I'm going to make sure. Yep. Okay. So we'll just grab our little butterflies and we'll just stamp them right there at the bottom. So I think all of our stamping's finished and we can put our card together. I'm going to layer our basic white and our basic black squares together. We will color our small butterflies. So again, this is stylish shapes, squares. All right, I'm going to bring our, well, let's go ahead and just do our coloring of our butterflies. I think I'll just do this one in Melon Mambo. And let's do the tip of that in Melon Mambo. And then we'll come back with our lemon lolly. And we'll just make this lemon lolly. There we go. All right, so let's go ahead and bring, so now bring our card base back. So now we're going to fold back on that. So we're going to fold back on that card base like that. So our card opens kind of like a book, because this is kind of like the binding of a book is why they call it that. And then we'll just go ahead and add our basic white in here to write on. So be thinking about what color of gems that you want me to add on this card, and let me know. Hello, Myra. How you doing? And hi, Joanne. Did I cut that? Oh, I know what. Look, see, it's like, did I cut that right? Yes, I did cut that right. But you know what? I need to bring in my basic white layer, and we're going to layer these together, and it will look a lot better. So we are layering our designer series paper on basic white layer. And this basic white is 4¼ by 4. And then the designer series paper is just an eighth less than that. So it just gives it a little bit of a border. And now that fits on there. Now, I did not put a border around my designer series paper on the book binder, but I could have. So that's another idea. So many possibilities when we craft, right? See if I can get that straight. All right, now I'm going to go ahead and place, well, no, let's go ahead and add our, so what I meant, I could have make this 3/4, and I could have added some basic white underneath it, but I didn't. I just adding the designer series paper. You know what? I think maybe it was supposed to be 3/4. Okay, because that 1 inch, so my measurements are right. I was wrong. Because being 1 inch, you can't fold the card. So my measurements are right. 3¾ 3/4 of an inch by 4 is what you need. There we go. And now I can open the card and not run into my designer series paper. Okay, I should just trust my measurements, shouldn't I? Instead of trying to make new measurements on the fly. All right, let's go ahead and pop this up with dimensionals or stylish shaped squares. I always like to add one in the middle so it doesn't sag in the middle. And I'll show you those other cards for the monthly card class for April in a little bit. So we'll just put this right here, and then we will bring in our butterfly. Now you could do those wings the same way. Of course, if you're going to mail it, you probably do not want to, maybe you don't want to pop up those wings like we did on the other card. So let me know what colors of what gems, whether I should use the white or the black. I think I am going to put again one in the middle so it doesn't sag. And then I am just going to put this kind of at an angle like that. And then we are going to place our sentiment right here. And again, we're going to put a, this is popped up, we're going to put a dimensional right here. But this is already popped up, so we don't want to pop it up again. It'll be uneven. And so then we will add some adhesive at this end and just like that. You can put it. All right, let me look at my comments. Hello, Myra. You like the DSP? Yeah, it is so pretty. So you think black would be good? We do the black, we will probably do it on that white, won't we? Yeah, I think that would be fine. I'm going to use the small. So, although we could, well, we could, I think, now that I put it there, yeah, let's just go right there. I think I like it there better. And then I really need to decide. Just commit and decide. I'm not sure I like it there though, but I will leave it there now. All right, here is card 4, wishing you a happy birthday. So card 4, here is card 3, card 2, and card 1. Okay, do you have any favorites? Maybe I could, let me try it again. Card 1, so card 1, card 2, card 3, and then our bookbinding is card 4. So again, this is my monthly card class, and you could receive one of each with, you get the designer series paper cut for you. If you place a $40 order with me through Sunday and use that host code, and everything's in the description. All right, well, let me come back up and talk to you because it's time for barn chats and it's time to give away some prizes. Let me get the chair up here to my computer. So my number 4 is your favorite, but you like, oh, thank you. I'm glad you like them all. I'm glad you like them. Lola likes 4. Okay, the bookbinding. And Sheila, you like 1 the best. All right. All right. Well, thanks to everyone for being here. I do have prizes because, again, this is my Stampin' Up! Anniversary. I'm giving prizes this month for leaving a comment. Share my video. If you share my video, let me know that you've shared it so I can put you in for a drawing, and everyone who places an order with me. So congratulations for last week to Judy Newcrest from Iowa, and she won the drawing, random drawing for leaving a comment. And this is a package of denim ribbon. All right, so that is going out to you, Judy. And then I have these gold foiled envelopes, and they're cards and envelopes. And congratulations, Vicki Ellison of Colorado, for sharing my video last week. Thank you. I don't have your address, so you need to email that to me. Oh, Joanne, thank you. I'm glad that you like all of the cards. And then for placing an order with me, congratulations, Sally Poole, and from Kentucky, for placing an order with me, and you'll get a fruit salad 6x6, plus you will get a package of linen thread, because we all need linen thread in our stash, right? And I do have your address, so those will go out in the next couple days. All right, well, thanks to everyone for being here, but I do have, so my if you would like my April card class, so you can still get my March card class by the second option of placing an order with me this week, and you'll get one of each of these 4 cards, and then just the DSP that goes for each card. But right now, I have option 1 open for April, and what that means is that we'll be making 3 cards in April, because 3 is normally what we make, and you will get about $15 a product, and the cards cut and ready for you to make the cards, although you do need to cut your own paper, but you'll get about $15 a product. You'll get all the bits and pieces and things that you need to make 3 cards. And the cost is for porch pickup, for those of you that live in Southeast Iowa or near, is $22. And if you'd like me to ship the April monthly card class to you, it's $28. So I'm going to turn the camera down, and we're going to look at the cards. I'm going to showcase the cards for my April card class. And I am using the stamp set Meant to Be. So this is the stamp set I'm using. You can use whatever you have. If you don't have this and want to add it on when you register, then I pay for the shipping and tax. I cover that. But we're using the inks that we're going to use in April is Old Olive, Pool Party, Petunia Pop, and Memento Black. So this is one of the 3 cards that we're making in April. Cute as can be. Another one is Love This Life. And then the third is has a belly band. We are meant to be rather. We are meant to be. And you just slide the belly band off. And then the card opens up like this. So it's a fun fold. And again, these are the cards for April. And if you would like to purchase the card class, you can do that now through March 31st. And there is information in the description. And then again, you'll have a chance to get a make and take for each of those in April, when I do my live class later in April. Thank you, Myra, for liking and sharing. I really appreciate that. Thank you, Joanne. I will appreciate that too. I really appreciate it. I hope all of you are doing well. I really thank you for being here. And if you're watching the replay, thank you. I'm Terry Hartley at Rustic Barn Cards. And I think that is everything. We did our monthly class for March. There's information in the description. And those of you that did purchase the monthly card class ahead of time, I will send out tutorials. I already sent them out to you, but I'll send them out with you with the link, so you'll have one. So you have the right link for each card if you want to go back in this video and look for it. So I'll add chapters later. All right. Have a wonderful week. I will be, oh, you know what? I have something, a surprise to tell you. I almost forgot. If everything goes right, so I'll let you know or check back on my Facebook page, Rustic Barn Cards. But this Friday, I'm going to do an extra video. I usually do just do one video a week. But not only am I going to do a video this Friday, I'm going to have a demonstrator, a friend going to craft with me. So I'm going to have a demonstrator friend join me for a crafting session, and we're each going to use the same layout, but we're going to use a different stamp set and make a different card, and you can even vote on which card you like the best. But so anyway, so stay tuned, and I'll keep you posted on Facebook. And if you want to join my newsletter, you'll get a newsletter. You'll hear about it through my newsletter because that's the best way to know what's going on in the uh, rustic barn. All right, take care. I'll see you soon, and bye for now.